It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Holy Friday. Good Friday. Which I don't
Happy Good Friday to you. I never quite understand Happy Good Friday, because I don't know what's good about it, but I guess the resurrection and the concept thereafter of what has come forward from it makes it Good Friday, but the day itself, to me, I don't understand why it's called Good Friday. Do you?
Well, I think that you're supposed to be good.
No, it can't. That can't be it. Maybe the conceptualization of it, of what came after today, was good. But anyway, happy Good Friday to all of you that celebrate as we roll into Easter weekend. Happy Easter, happy Passover. It is totally, absolutely a holy week for all of us. And as we are moving through and getting through these past 2 weeks, which we have done, somehow I'm not quite sure why our FP&L was not reflective of us not being in studio for the past 2 weeks, but that's a whole nother story you and I will talk about off air. But we keep going and doing what we got to do, and we've got a full-packed show on our 9 a.m. show. We had Jenny Azulai joining us from Moxie B2B, digital and social networking platform. So they are available to help you with websites, with social media, with digital marketing, with content. All you need to do is reach out and contact them at moxie.web, W-E-B. So we'll get you that information also.
Isn't Moxie supposed to be like kind of clever, high class?
Have some Moxie. Have some Moxie, moxie.biz. Yes, it's very New York, right?
Yeah.
It's very New York. So it's moxie.biz. That's the name of their company. To have some Moxie. In my mind, we'll have to fact check this, of course. Moxie means to have a little bit of an edge to you, a little bit of sass. To me, Moxie's a little bit sassy. So that was our 9 a.m. show today. We've got a full pack 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock hour. We've got Wayne Henry joining us from Dignity Southeast Florida. We have Ken Learman of Florida Love joining us. Kenny Love, and we have Nadine and David Kirby from Light It Up Green for MD, and David has a special video he put together for our first responders. And then on our 1 o'clock, we've got Pamela Chanel David joining us from The Reinvented Life, and our very old friend Jen G joining us. So a lot happening in the next 2 hours, so grab your lunch, grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, because it is Friday and it's almost 5 o'clock, and it is 5 o'clock someplace. And we got lots to do, because after today, we roll right into our Friday lineup of Florida Love. We've got Momentum Mindset. You've got Sex Guys. And then at 7:30, I guess we've got a TBD. So a lot of stuff happening on Friday. Friday the 10th is all I can say. You ready to rock and roll?
Actually, 7:30 is taken. There is a company coming on there on Tells Your Biz called Metcare, and they do a tremendous amount of service to the community. And it's a new show. He's going to check it out tonight to see how he likes it. Adam is going to be on there. And I'm hoping that we'll have a debut of his younger daughter that's going to be part of this thing. But Metcare will be on at 7:30 tonight.
Very nice. So a lot going on. So let's check in with Wayne and Dignity Memorial of Southeast Florida. We have been working with Dignity for a long time, and Wayne has been a very good friend to us. And we had your celebration of life last month. And it has totally changed. And out of necessity, businesses have changed. And you know what? They evolve. Let's see how Wayne's doing today.
You know, it's kind of scary you say that because people are still mad at me saying that I put out a message that I died. Now, how in the world do I put out a message I died? That makes no sense. There are still people writing to me about this.
Well, Freddie, you're still with us, and we thank goodness you're still with us, and we're showcasing what our celebration of life ceremonies are all about. And we were pleased to allow you to showcase you and have a mock celebration of life ceremony, and that was good fun. But we've moved in different directions right now because of the way things are going, and we've really kind of upscaled what we're doing virtually. So we're doing a lot of seminars, information sessions online, both live, and we've got a great one that's recorded that kind of goes over the benefits of doing your pre-arrangements. So we keep saying to people, this virus is going to pass. Obviously it's affecting some people, and hopefully it won't affect you directly. But we do know that something eventually is going to get us, and it makes a lot of sense to do your arrangements ahead of time. And the earlier the better, locking in prices, spreading out payments so there's not a shock for your family. So there's a great new on-demand seminar that was developed. It's great production, and people can watch it anytime they want. It's available, it's free. It's just on our website, dignitymemorial.com, Your Life, Your Legacy Seminar. So if you just search for that, it's also, there's a link to it from our Facebook page. So it's Facebook, Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida. There's a link to that. And then we've got lots of seminars going on. As you know, we do a lot of support for veterans all the time. So we've got a series of veteran seminars just promoting the burial benefits they're entitled to that's provided by the government. We work very closely with the different veterans organizations to develop that information. We have a detailed veterans, we call it a veterans planning guide, which has all the forms and everything that we help, that our funeral directors use to send out at the time, but people can see all the information that they're entitled to beforehand. So we do a lot of all of that for free for all of our veterans' families to make sure they're getting the maximum benefits they're entitled to. So if you know any vets, please encourage them to join one of our live seminars. It's completely free. The next one's tomorrow at 4 p.m. So it's Saturday the 11th, and then there's a couple next week on the 14th and the 17th. Again, it's all on our website, on our Facebook page. Go there. And then we're doing a couple more live seminars coming up. Tuesday the 21st, we're doing one specifically about Neptune Memorial Reef. So we're always pleased to promote that. And then Thursday the 23rd, we're doing one just generally about cemetery properties, all the different options, add to cemetery, both for burial and cremation. So Freddie, as you know, there's a lot of options available these days. If you're going to go the more traditional route to go to a cemetery, you can go in-ground, above ground, private, and especially for cremation, there's all these different options there as well. We want to highlight that. We also have cemetery incentives for April, customer appreciation. So if you are looking at potentially purchasing something on the cemetery side, this month might be a good time for you to consider that if you still are working and have some income. So they're offering discounts there, but I've never seen this level of discount. So usually, for veterans and special groups, we might offer a 10% discount on merchandise. This is for pre-arrangements. And, as you know, the biggest savings for making pre-arrangements is you're locking in the price, you're avoiding all future inflation. So that's usually the biggest savings there. But they're offering, if you put 15% down on your cemetery property, they're giving a 15% discount. Never seen that high of a discount for cemetery property. 10% down, you get 10% discount. On top of that, they're saying no interest for up to 5 years. So if you're doing 15% down, you get no, all of that's no interest for 5 years. And if you pay 15% down, your first payment is not due for 90 days.
Do you have a flyer?
So they gave us one with that information. I'm tweaking that and I'll send it out. So I'll put it on our website.
That'd be great.
So yeah. So
you
there's
know,
a
Wayne,
there.
so many things in the last 3 weeks is happened. You know, it's fast, it's furious, it's deadly. The numbers are tremendous. And it's really kind of ironic because when I did the celebration of life, I wasn't calling death. I didn't want anybody dying. I mean, everything that people are writing, they're blaming me because I did the juju dance. And none of that is true. I wanted people to understand mentally and physically, and those of you leave behind, you're doing the right thing. Now, I look around, and it's all around us. I mean, the numbers are just staggering. As a country, not as an individual, but as a country, the numbers are staggering. And you guys must be really, really busy right now because of what's going on all over the country. You guys all over the country. And I just want people to understand, this isn't saying that I want you to plan your funeral because you're going to die because of the virus. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. That's far from it. We are, you know, it's funny. I have a relationship with my sons now that's on a different level because, you know, the truth of the matter is you don't know what can happen. This is affecting young people as well as old people. I read about an EMS worker from New Jersey dying. He was 27 years old. And they have put a GoFundMe thing together because he did not have his paperwork in order. And it's kind of tough because here you have a guy who was on the front lines, and the words that people are saying is that he sacrificed himself for the good of mankind. He went into the hot zones. He didn't have any mask or anything. He went in as an EMS worker. He didn't take care of the back end. And now there's a GoFundMe. I'm sure they're going to raise a ton of money because of what's going on right now. But you know that that's always a trick also because you don't know who you're sending money to in the whole nine. All I'm saying is just have a conversation. Prepare for the worst. It's best. I hope I never hear from Wayne. Of course, I got to hear from Wayne, but I hope I never see Wayne. You're right. But I just want people to understand, I did not put the juju dance together.
Yeah, our message is consistent. You know, it always makes sense to put your pre-arrangements in place. For some, I mean, I helped a gentleman the other day. He's a bus driver. He's furloughed at the moment. He is concerned about the virus. He's saying, you know, I'm on the front line. It's easy to be exposed. I just want to plan for the worst if it were to happen. I don't know how bad this is going to get. So I worked through the options with him. He's like, I just want to keep it simple, so at least it covers the basics. It's like, no problem. I worked through that. We put it together, and payments. He did one payment of $45, and it locked everything in, and it's got the payment protection in. And he said, now if worst thing were to happen and I were to die of this virus, you know, so just my daughter would have to pay the balance. And I'm like, no, you've got the payment protection in place. What that is it covers the balance. So he couldn't believe that. He's like, wow, really? So I just have to pay $45 and I'm protected in case the worst thing happens. Like, yeah. I was like, great, sign me up. That's exactly what I want. So, you know, that's why he called. He called us. That's what he wanted. So we put that in place, and you know, hopefully that won't happen anytime soon for him. But he just wanted to have that in place just in case it gets bad and it affects him personally. So that's what we can do.
Some of the most incredible things that you offer. It's not only about the pre-need and the pre-planning, it's the payment options that you can do a small payment and know that if God forbid you need to use this plan and you have this insurance, it covers the payment. So Even by doing it now doesn't mean you have to pay it in full or your loved ones have to pay it in full when the time comes, because you have this incredible insurance plan. And if you're not here in the States, they'll bring you back from wherever you are. And there's so many positives to doing this besides the peace of mind and knowing that it's well taken care of.
Yeah, so that's what we say to people. It's like, just listen to the information. If it makes sense to you, you know, we're happy to put it in place. You know, if you don't want to and you understand the risks and what you're leaving for your family to take care of, and you're fine with that, then that's fine. You know, we're just saying that there is a better way. We encourage you to consider it. Walk through things. We can do it as simple as possible. You'll be surprised, you know, how little it is to get things locked in for you. And 100%, we all need this in the end. So, you know, we hope to God that, you know, as few as people are affected by this as possible. You know, I think most people are like us, staying home whenever we can, you know, not going out. So hopefully it has slowed the growth of this. It will pass. It's not going to, you know, wipe out so many people. That's not what we're talking about. And we certainly do not want to panic people. That's not what we're saying, certainly. So.
And I love the fact that you're doing all these webinars online, Wayne. It's amazing.
Yeah, so the webinars, and then we're doing practically all of our appointments online now. So we can go through the options using our screens to, you know, Freddie, like we did. I showed you on my iPad, so we can do those same things online. People can choose, and we have the technology to give the mouse control over to the person online, and they can finish their contract and do that. So it's all confirmed by our legal department, and it's the same as if we were meeting in person, really.
Wow. And well, I wanted to ask about the discounts in April. You said for the cemetery plots, does that involve the Neptune Reef as well for discounts?
It does. Yeah, it includes Neptune. So it's up to 15% off. So if you put 15% down, you get 15% off. And delayed payments for 90 days and no interest for 5 years.
Wow. Let's put something together. Put that out.
I wanted people to know, because people are texting me. We're not having Wayne on because we're trying to work on people's sympathies or fears. Better word, fears.
Come on, no one's
this
writing that.
Huh?
No one's writing that.
Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you something. You'd be surprised the people that write into my text. This is not about an exercise in fear. This is an exercise. This is one of the conversations, Wayne, that I have with Dawn, because Dawn thinks that I am half empty as opposed to half full, and I am not half empty. I am being a realist.
I'm having now.
I'm on droplets. You see, the well is dry. I am having a conversation of truth. Okay, not to, and Muriel wanted to know what a juju dance was. I had to explain that. It is not about bringing bad luck. It is not about you doing something that is going to create a catastrophic consequence. It's not what it's about. It's about having a conversation with Wayne and putting things in order that make sense. And then right now, Wayne, the biggest concern that people are asking me is the fear of monies. Monies in the country are at a standstill, allegedly, or just not being replenished. There are reports from New York City where there are people that are going to be taken back. They're going to open back an island in the Bronx. And let me tell you a story, Dawn. This island in the Bronx is where they bury people without anything. No family, no nothing. Porpoiseville, they take them out on this boat, and they put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of souls on this island. And that island, I believe, was closed down, and they're going to reopen it now because there are so many bodies, they don't know what to do with half of them, is what I was told. Maybe that information is incorrect. Maybe, Wayne, you can help us out a little bit on this.
I don't know the details of that. I mean, on the financial side, I mean, we do have, so people who already had their plans in place and perhaps they've lost their jobs now, and they're calling in and it's like, it's really hard for us to make payments. We're actually giving them an automatic 90-day payment vacation, and then we can extend that 30 days at a time. So, we're working with families, as much as we can to make sure they're protected. We certainly don't want them, to cancel their policies and then be unprotected now. So we're working with people. And then what we always say to people is, with one small payment, they're completely covered. So it's a better scenario than if the worst were to happen, you had nothing in place, then you're paying 100% on the day. There's no possibility of any discounts, and there's no protection there. So again, it's just, we're providing the information to people. We're certainly not trying to, panic, breed on a panic or, say the sky is falling, you've got to get this in place, more than we normally would. So, I've been doing this for months with you guys, and the message has always been, the mortality rate in South Florida is 100%, same as everywhere else, always has been, always will be. So again, I pray to God that this virus is not going to affect anyone watching this program today. But I do know that something is going to get you eventually, and the earlier you make your pre-arrangements, the better. So we're just trying to educate people.
How do they find you?
Yeah, so the best way to get in touch with us actually is on our Facebook page. It's just obviously on Facebook, Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida, SE Florida. You can actually, we've got an online booking system there. You can choose a time that suits you. We're doing online appointments now. You can message us through Facebook, or you can call me directly, 561-654-9000. Text me, email me. We're happy to get the information to you on the phone, through email, online. So, but please, I encourage you to join that free on-demand seminar that's available anytime from the comfort of your sofa at home, just to see what we're about. And it just walks through, the benefits of making your pre-arrangements with us. Encourage everyone to consider that. I don't think there's any scenario. Well, there isn't any scenario that doesn't make sense. Just please look at the information, and then we can help you get those in place if you want.
And there are some fun things that you can put in place too. So this is not to bring everyone down and say, oh my gosh, it's all about sadness. I intend to haunt Freddie for a very long time. In all these years that I'm going to haunt you and continue to work with you, I can still put in my plans for my unicorns and my glitter and my celebration of life and all of these things, but to lock in the price now, because God willing, my family won't have to use this for another 40 or 50 years, right? And imagine that. Imagine locking in today's prices and not using it for 40 years. So you know what? It's not about what's going to happen now. Right now, all you're doing is locking in your pricing. Yeah, I know, Freddie, because I am like Benjamin Buttons. I'm aging backwards.
Hey, I helped a woman the other day. She was born in 1917. She's 102. She was alive during the Spanish flu.
So imagine, right?
You never know.
Wow. You never know. So it's not about bringing you down or making anyone sad or saying this is going to happen tomorrow. It's not. All it's saying is let's be financially prudent. Let's take another weight off our shoulders and dot our I's, cross our T's, put a plan in place that suits you. And for me, as always, there will be wands and there will be sparkles and there will be magical hope, because we're not going to use this for a very long time. But imagine locking in the price now, especially in April, with a 15% discount, no interest, years to pay it off, and insurance policy to cover it should you need it before it's paid off. This is the time that our community is coming together to help you and your family. So take advantage of this. Contact Wayne. You can find him at Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida. You can reach out to us, and we will get you all of that information. And Wayne, we will share out the flyer and all those other platforms and the veterans pieces and all the webinars that are free, no obligation. Just get informed, and you can have a private booking with Wayne and he will go over all of the details. How's that?
And I wanted to ask
100%.
also, Wayne. I wanted to ask if somebody loses a vet in our current crisis, a senior vet, and they were not part of the Dignity family, they didn't have anything in play, will you help them do what needs to be done? Dignity provides the service. Will you come in and do what needs to be done under the auspices of the military?
Of course. So we're proud to always help vets. So there are veterans discounts, even if they don't prearrange, and all of our funeral homes do everything to maximize the funeral benefits at the time of passing, even if they haven't made prearrangements. So they get the free burial in the cemetery. They get the whether it's a casket or an urn. In the veteran cemetery, the closest one is in Lake Worth, and that's for the veteran and their spouse. They get a free grave liner, free headstone or marker, an honor ceremony. So the military personnel come and play taps. They get a flag, presidential certificate. So there's lots of things. All of those require paperwork that the funeral directors do for free to make sure that the veterans get all of those things. And then the things that aren't covered by the government, casket, the urn, the transportation, preparation of the body, none of that is covered. But we give a veterans discount there, and we make it as easy as we can for the family.
Awesome. Wayne, thank you so much.
I just wanted to say.
Oh, and we also do the free burial for any homeless vet.
Wow.
There you have it. It goes to show you the power, just how powerful dignity brings to the surface. And family members, like my cousin Juji, he just lost his mom, and she rests in peace. And Wayne was nice enough to send me information. We had a conversation. The power of what dignity brings to the table, even if you're not using their services, the power of it leaves a trademark. My cousin wants to call you Wayne because he saw how helpful in a time of need, dignity, which he knows nothing about dignity, but he knows about my mother, he knows about my father. And he says, he called me, he kept calling me, asking me, that's why I got in touch with you. It is how deep the power of dignity goes. That is the most impressive thing of this whole thing. Having a conversation will just show you how deep they run.
Yeah, and I'm proud to see that we've got teams delivering meals to hospitals and care homes and all over during this crisis. So we're doing that, and we have the free burials for any first responders that fall in the line of duty as well, always. So we really do a lot to give back to the community. I'm proud to be working for this organization.
We are so grateful to be working with Dignity, and always, you have been tremendous in supporting us and anything and everything we can do to help you, all of our viewers, all of our listeners to get pre-planned with Dignity Memorial. Please reach out to us. We will get you in contact with Wayne Henry, or you can find him at Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida. Wayne, thank you so much. Have a safe weekend. Happy Easter. I hate saying Happy Good Friday, but Happy Good Friday, I guess. Let's take a quick commercial break.
You do well.
Thank you. Stay safe. When we come back to more guests, we're going to talk about spreading love and hope to our first responders and see what we've got going on with Nadine and David Kirby and Kenny Lehrman with Florida Love. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I got an answer for you on Good Friday.
Okay.
It is a combination of different countries, back from the Roman Empire all the way to the Germans and everything. Apparently, the Holy Book, the Bible, it was termed that way, and then it changed. The bottom line is that it's supposed to be saying Holy Friday, and the good book, the Bible, and it sort of changed its translation, so it became, I mean, you can call it Holy Friday, you can call it Good Friday, it's the same. Apparently it's supposed to be Good Wednesday, not Good Friday, but it blended over. It's the last Wednesday before Easter. It's considered Holy Wednesday or Good Wednesday, and then Friday is supposed to be Holy Friday, so it's changed.
Gotcha. Do you know I was born on Good Friday?
I don't know. I would make a joke about that. Yes.
I know. It's not a joke. It's a fact. It's not a joke. It is, I was born on Good Friday. So
today's your birthday?
Today's my birthday, yes. It's not, but it kind of is every day. Every day is a celebration of life, right? And that's really the message coming from Dignity Memorial is how do you want your life celebrated? How do you want to be remembered? And you know what? No one can plan that better than you. So you can contact Wayne with Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida. Put all your plans in place. Know that there is an insurance policy to help cover those costs should they not get paid ahead of time. And it's all about being prepared, doing what you need to do for your loved ones, for your family. It's a gift. As we go into Holy Week, we're in Passover, we go into Easter. It's all about family and remembrance and reflection, as you said on our morning show. And that's right. Coming forward now, we've got Kenny Love with us of Florida Love, and we may as well bring everybody over and have a conversation. And we've got Nadine Kirby joining us with Light It Up Green for MD. Everyone's on the line, and Freddie, you had no idea who was joining us today, so we may as well bring them all over, Teddy, and let's have this conversation about love and giving back. Hello, everybody.
Hello, all you lovers.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look, your 21st birthday, you look beautiful.
Yes, I'm 21.
Hi, Dawn.
And
Hi, Nadine. Nice to meet you. Hey, Freddie.
How are you, champion?
I am so excited to be on the show.
We're excited to have you, and I have a really special video I want Teddy to share. And Kenny, you're going to love this because Nadine and David Kirby have been very good friends of ours for many years. And David put out a video to the first responders. David has Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. And they have a special group called light it up green for MD. So let's roll the video. And Kenny, this definitely goes into Florida Love. This is about spreading the love. So take a look.
See if it'll come up.
Let's see if Teddy's got it.
Yeah, you just gotta give it. We gotta give it. You didn't tell him when you wanted it on. But anyway, I wanted to talk to Nadine about what inspired to put this piece together.
Well, it wasn't really me. It was David, actually. I had made a minor suggestion, and David said, I know exactly what I want to do.
So I ran with it.
Took it and ran with it, like you said.
How long did it take you to put that together?
Not long, right?
It didn't take long to record it, but it took a couple hours to edit it.
Yeah, the editing took longer. I think he did in like one take.
Wow.
So he's getting better and better.
How are you feeling, David?
Good.
You can hear him, right?
Yes.
Yes, we hear him.
Yeah. How are you feeling? Good. How has this affected all of you guys?
It's really stressful. It's been stressful on me this week because I got a little bit of a nasal thing going on, so automatically I started to panic a little. Then I realized, hello, it's sinus. It's the pollen count is really high.
Yeah.
So anyway, try not to panic. Basically, that's really it.
And David's looking good. He's feeling good. I know this has had to affect so many people in your community and people that you care about.
I don't think anybody's really immune. I think we're all affected to some degree. I think we either know somebody or we know of somebody that has virus, and it's scary. But all you about recovery and good things that happen, so that's actually a good thing.
Good. It's about recovery and love. And Kenny, you have a show with us at 3 o'clock today, the Florida Love Show.
Yes, we have a Florida Love Show today. So first thing I want to say, I love you all. I love you, Dawn, Freddie. I love you, David. I love you, Nadine. It's such a pleasure to be with you today. And yeah. So we're going to be spreading love today at 3 p.m. at the Florida Love Show. And we're going to have some really special guests, Rachel Barcelona and Stacey Doherty and Sharon Alcalay. And we're going to sing and we're going to dance and we're going to spread love in the world, because I got a love virus today and I'm really excited. It's not just Good Friday, it's Love Friday today.
It is Love Friday. And your message of love was, it's always timely, but especially when you started, I mean, it's like you knew this is exactly what the world needs right now. And you can tell by the response to your show has been tremendous. The outreach, the views, the response, amazing.
Yeah, it's been incredible. And what the world needs now is love, sweet love. And what everybody wants is to love and be loved. I mean, we all want that. And it's just choosing it every day. And I get up every morning and I say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And let's choose love today. So, let's spread love and let's be kind to each other, even the little things. And even Dawn, I got my first magazine started.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Spreading love in Florida. This is the first issue came out. This is the sample. And again, it's just the mission is just to transform the world with love. It's not just Florida, it's the world. And if we just all love each other, what a simple thing that is. How simple love is. To say I love you, Dawn, I love you, Freddie, I love you, David, I love you, Nadine. It's so simple.
What's in the magazine?
Well, what's in the magazine is we have all different organizations that spread love in the world. And what it is the magazine is for people to pick up and to find out all the different love events that are happening in Florida. And again, this is the first sample issue, but I'm looking forward to having people advertise in it and be a part of it and get it out there. And again, we got a love virus. We need to spread the love.
And Nadine, what's happening with Light It Up Green for MD. Ken is always so giving, and I know you're looking sometimes for printed materials. He's got the happy printer, and he's always would love to help. See, Ken, I'm offering your services, but I know you would love to help them.
Love it. Love it forward. How can I help you?
Well, right now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the IRS to send me the official letter back. I've already sent in all the paperwork, so we're 3/4 of the way there to become a profit. We're not actually there yet, but we're nearly there. And then what's going to happen? Yeah, we're going to advertise. We're going to light up, different landmarks across the country and the world with proclamations, and we'll continue to raise money locally to help all of the families that need durable medical equipment. So that's basically what the nonprofit's going to be about. There are 3 of us on the board, and no one is taking a paycheck. It's all going to be by volunteer.
Wow, amazing. And I think we have the video that David made. Teddy, we're ready to roll on that video. I'm so glad you sent this to me yesterday, because David, it just shows how incredibly strong and powerful you are. So let's take a look.
Welcome to Slamming Gears with David. Today's video is going to be a little different. It's a thank you to first responders. During these tough times, I want to let you know that you are appreciated, and we are grateful for what you do every day on the front lines. I want to give a special thank you to Palm Beach County Fire and Rescue for being there when I needed help. Catch you on the flip side when this is over. Peace. If you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and share to others.
Makes me cry every time.
It's beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice.
That just brings a tear to my eye every time I hear it. Well, don't forget, David, you're on the receiving end. Go ahead.
I was just going to acknowledge David. David, you're amazing. I mean, you are so inspiring, and I love you so much. You're incredible, and that video was just so special. I'm really moved, touched, and inspired by who you are in the world. Love you, David.
Thank you.
David's 26 now?
David's 26, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He was unfortunately diagnosed at around 5 years old with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And we've been fighting this since. Like 5 years ago, we started Light It Up Green, or I started Light It Up Green, and then David recently, within the last year, has started David around summer. Yeah. And so he has his own YouTube channel. I have my own YouTube channel, and he's doing better with his than I am with mine. Good. Yeah, whole 26 subscribers, so exciting.
What's the name of your YouTube channels?
Slamming Gears with David.
Slamming Gears with David?
Yes.
Slamming Gears with David.
Slamming Gears with David. Beautiful.
The whole premise of that is David enthusiast. Loves car, anything within, anything at all, right? You tell him.
Yeah. Basically, I just do give people information on or do some product reviews and some miscellaneous stuff.
Yeah. Well, tell them about your big one with Teddy Morse from Ed Morse Automotive.
I did an interview with Ed Morse Automotive Group.
Mm-hmm.
60 views.
Whole 60 views. Woohoo! It's awesome. Start.
Good for you.
That's how it starts.
Well, stay in touch with us, David and Nadine. And when this all is over, we can't wait to bring you to the studio. And David, I just want you to know, when we move to our new space, part of the reason we moved there, because it gives you access. And Freddie and our crew would tell you, we knew that when our bay doors open, we can bring you right in. So that was one of the main reasons that we saw. We said we can bring in David and Nadine and all of their people that they love so much. Right, Freddie? Right?
That's right. We made sure that that we made it so that, and the city approved this, so we can have David come in with no problem. And you have, I think they say you have a seat at the table to get you in and out, and there's a stage and everything else. It's really simple now. We have a camera follow you around so that there is absolutely no hiccups. And we have our green light bulb that we have to put on in the studio.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
We do it every
Yeah, unfortunately, some of what we've been doing, some of what I've been doing with Light Up Green has kind of sort of been derailed by this virus, but that's okay. I mean, that just means that it's not time yet, but when this is all over and said and done, I think we're going to really accomplish some great things and do a lot of good for a lot of people.
Fantastic. We love you guys. Nadine and David.
Yeah, we love you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Sir. See, Ken, we just thought that was a perfect segue into your show today at 3 o'clock.
It's beautiful, beautiful. And that was a really incredible, inspiring video. I was really moved. And yeah, I'm really excited for the show. We're going to spread love, which we need right now in Florida. We need more love in Florida. And just by putting it out there and saying, I love you, Dawn, I love you, Freddie, it's just, I mean, Facebook, I put out a video yesterday to the Love Will Keep Us Together group, and everybody was inspired, started saying, I love you to each other. It's so simple. It's so simple. And it just has to, you know, for us as human beings, we have to get by the fear of getting hurt. And if we can get by the fear of getting hurt and being vulnerable, we could say I love you to anybody. We could just say I love you and have this world transformed. So it's really simple. And so to me, that's it's love is everything. Love encompasses hope, appreciation, and kindness. And it's interesting. I was thinking about songs today, and like the song "Love Shack." Love Shack is not Appreciation Shack. It's not Kindness Shack. It's Love Shack. I mean, it's not love will keep us together. I mean, it's not kindness will keep us together. Appreciation will keep us together. It's love will keep us together. I mean, all the love songs are about love. They're not about, love encompasses it all. And to me, love is the ultimate. And again, what I see is a world that we all can say I love you to each other and love each other with no judgment. Just to really see each other as human beings for who we are. And it's true acceptance. And I see that world every day when I wake up in the morning, and it inspires me. And that's why I created Florida Love. That's why we have the Facebook groups Love Will Keep Us Together. We now have a Facebook group called Love Songs where people are posting their love songs. We have the Love Circle, which is right now it's going to be a virtual sharing of love like we're doing now, or we'll get together at whatever place we can get to that's open now, and spread love. I mean, Rex Barron of Boca was a part of it till they closed down the town center. So again, it's bringing people together. And what I'm noticing is what's happening with this love virus is that a lot of people are now taking the time to actually mend relationships. There was a lot of people who weren't talking to each other, who are now talking to each other again, or at least reaching out, saying, you know something, I apologize. You know, will you forgive me? And those mending of relationships are coming in this love virus. I mean, we could look at it either as an opportunity or as this horrible thing. And again, I'm not going to say it's not horrible, and that people are passing, and that is a horrible thing. But again, in life, I believe when everybody passes, there's still angels right here, and that we can still love everybody in spite of that. So I just think we have to keep going and loving it forward.
Absolutely.
I think it's important that you maintain your level of the show. I was shocked at how many people have come forward wanting to join, asking questions. I thought at the beginning, I says, you know, this is a 50-50. Is it going to work? But my goodness, you talk about having a platform in dire need. I mean, we had Jenny from ADL on and the morning show, and she was talking about how there is so much hate going on in certain pockets of what's going on, even during this crisis. And it's a scary thing, you know. And then Ken comes along at the same time. He comes along and he's expressing an opportunity to see the other side of darkness, to see how we can get together and express love and affection towards one another, which when we started this crusade, Dawn, it was the beginning of the message that we wanted people to understand. We just didn't do the same job he did because he just came in with a 2x4 and says, here it is.
Right. True. It's like Valentine's Day every day with Ken.
It's Valentine's Day every day, and my whole room is filled with hearts. I even have a happy Valentine's Day room. I mean, yes, it can be Valentine's Day every day. Every day is a new birth to spread love and a new opportunity to spread love. And actually, the ADL reached out to me, and they're possibly going to be on the show because, again, that's a perfect platform for the ADL to spread love. And again, no hate, just love. And I believe we're all pure love underneath, and we're all born pure love. I mean, if you look at a baby is pure love, plain and simple. And then we get to an age, maybe it's 3, 4, 5, we get hurt. Something happens. If I ask everybody what their earliest memory is, they'll remember that day they got hurt. And that day is the day that they stopped loving or they protect themselves from getting hurt. There's something happened. It was either dangerous or fear or something happened. And if they can get to that place and realize before that they were pure love. Every baby is pure love. I know underneath it all, Dawn, you're pure love. Freddie, you're pure love. I'm pure love. That's why I call you Dawn love, Freddie love, Kenny love, because I know underneath who I am deep down in my heart is pure love. So I can just spread that pure love to the world, and then I touch everybody else's pure love. And that's what I'm really generating with Florida Love. But Florida Love to me is world love. It's pure love spreading. So I know underneath it all.
That you say I love you without judgment, without thinking that you're coming on to them, without thinking there's a relationship or a sexual undertone. It's just about loving thy neighbor, loving our friends, loving other people. And it just opens up the space that, Freddie, if I say I love you, it's not going to be like, oh, it's kind of I love you, but it's an I love you, or I love you, Ken, or I love David and Nadine Kirby. It opens up this whole space of, you know what, everyone has feelings of love. And you give them an openness to say it's okay to say it.
Yeah, I mean, Dawn, that's perfect how you're saying that. It touches the baby love, the baby pure love that's deep down inside of us when we were born. And because when we're born, we're pure love. Again, a baby is pure love. So it touches that and it opens up the space. Like I say, I love you, Dawn. I love you, Freddie. It doesn't mean I'm gay. It doesn't mean I'm hitting on anybody. It doesn't mean I want anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a love space that opens up. And if we could open up that love space with each other, with no judgment, no meaning, the world is our oyster. It's really simple.
Today at 3 o'clock?
Yeah, at 3 o'clock, we're going to spread pure love in the world. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so looking forward to it.
Thanks. We're looking forward to
it. The biggest challenge of all of this is that you take two people who bicker or are at war, or two cultures. Cultures is the biggest challenge. Because if you look at skin color in this country, you look at the racism that goes on in this country, black, yellow, green, you look at what's happening now towards the Chinese, the Oriental market because of the virus. I mean, you want to talk about a test. Here comes the test. You know, we have been plagued. Mankind has been plagued by hate. It is unfortunately such a strong, easy thing to latch onto that this whole concept, I mean, you talk about a war, here it comes. And you know something? I want more people to join on this bandwagon, because this particular bandwagon, it needs more supporters. I'm going to tell you, hate has a long head start on us. That's the problem. And we started to switch this thing around. How do you confront it? You're not going to get physical. You're not going to get angry. What do you do? What do you do when you meet somebody, Ken, who just only expresses hate, which is a learned behavior? Nobody's born with hate. That is a learned behavior. And how do you confront it? What do you do besides say, I love them, and then move on? What do you do? What do you do to make them come on the lighter side of the equation?
That's an awesome question. So I don't listen to hate. If someone says something that's hateful, I don't listen to it. Because I know underneath that hate is pure love. Because when they were a baby, they were pure love. And another thing, talking about race and racism, I don't believe in race. I don't look at someone who's another human being, whatever color. They're just another human being. I don't look at color. Matter of fact, I wish they took that off the forms. I wish they just put human being, because that's who they are. They're just a human being. And so I don't look at race. I don't look at color. I mean, like if I say to you, Freddie, you look handsome, or Dawn, you look beautiful, I see you as a human being who's just beautiful. And if we could just see each other as beautiful, just as human beings, there would be no racism, because there's no race. I don't look at religion. Like I don't look at, if someone shares, they're sharing something. It's a human being sharing something with me, another human being. I don't listen to anything else. I mean, Gandhi said love is the absence of judgment. I just love everybody as human beings. I don't look at anything else. And I think if the world could see the world that way, we would have such a loving, beautiful world.
You are making a great start. You can tune in today at 3 o'clock on the Florida Love page. Kenny Love and his guests, and Cantor Sharon, and it's about spreading love going into the weekend and really just changing your mindset, appreciating everybody.
Yeah. And one more thing, Dawn, by the way, with your magic wand, you have such a beautiful smile when you smile.
Thank you.
See? There we go. And Freddie, you too. When you smile, you have a beautiful smile, Freddie.
How's this work? It's when she smiles. Because when she doesn't smile, I'm going to tell you, I have to call Ken. And listen, on the other side of this, Ken, are you still doing business cards for people and everything else?
Yeah, for free, the whole world. Loving it forward. Yeah. I was going to do it for them, for Nadine and David. So please reach out to them. Tell me I want to do their business cards for free. Absolutely.
I absolutely will.
This guy is spot on when it comes to business cards, when it comes to banner. This guy is just pure genius. And I don't say that about anybody, but this guy is pure genius. And he delivers it. He came in a tie or a tux when he delivered my cards. I thought I was being invaded. I said, who the hell is this guy? But I'm going to tell you, the banner that you put up that we use at Meisner Park, man, that is got to be the most spectacular banner I have ever had made. People from all over the world were taking pictures with that. And that's the first time in doing as many shows as I had done that anybody that I did not know got up there and they were taking pictures. It was really weird.
It's crazy. I know. Kenny Love, thank you for joining us on our Friday Love segment. Tune in today at 3 o'clock to watch the Florida Love Show. We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to keep it rolling at the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Love you, Dawn. Love you, Freddie. Love you. You're number one. Love you guys.
See you at 3.
I love your smile. Love your smile.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great? Outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Now, I have to get up for a second and go get something that was left at my door.
Really?
Yeah, really.
What's always reassuring is that you do the same thing on set that you do from your house, because you just get up and go.
I gotta tell you something. That's the way I roll, baby. That's the way I roll.
You just get up and go, which is always ever so interesting. And Teddy is doing a spectacular job on her last hour. We had Nadine and David Kirby, and the video was just amazing about thanking our first responders. Nadine and David are forming a foundation. It has been in existence. They're just waiting for their 501c3 approval. It's called Light It Up Green for MD. And they light up monuments and statues and buildings all over the world for muscular dystrophy awareness. David is 26, and what he has done and what they do as a family to give back to the muscular dystrophy and neurological disorders is truly remarkable. So any support you can give them, you can find them at Light It Up Green for MD on social media, or you can always reach out to us and we will get you in touch with them. And 3 o'clock today, we've got the Florida Love Show with Ken Learman and Cantor Sharon and two incredible guests. And yes, it's amazing the dichotomy we can do in a day, from talking with Moxie and the ADL and how hate is spreading right now during these times, when really it's truly all about love. So you can tune in today at 3 o'clock and watch the Florida Love Show with Kenny, have some music, have some love, and feel good going into your weekend. Because, man, what a couple weeks this has been. And we live in a beautiful place. We live in South Florida where the sun is shining and everything looks great on the outside. And you know what? We're all getting through this a little bit stronger every day. And we keep going. And Teddy, you've been amazing. Our crew has been spectacular. We launched AMP Media Productions. So Freddie still has a hard time remembering that name, but that's Freddie. And we have a new network coming to you, and it is from our second studio. We can run it remotely through video streaming and Real Radio AM and FM platforms. So you can contact us to help bring your business to a new level, to share what you're doing, whether it be love, business, products, digital marketing, cowbells, whatever it is. What you got there?
They delivered
Cowbells.
cow. We need more cowbells. Courtesy of Mr. Jeff Greenwell from
PromoStuffForYou.com.
And this is freaking hilarious.
What'd you get? Ah, can't wait to get those.
This is unbelievable, as they say.
You got to turn it on, though.
Unbelievable. I got to get a battery.
No, it charges in the computer.
Then I got to get a charger.
Come with it.
I got to get a charger, I keep telling you. This is unbelievable.
It comes with a charger. It goes into a USB port and it charges. But here's what I don't understand is why do you get all the good stuff? You're like hoarding it and not sharing it.
I got stuff for you. Stop your noise.
Yeah, I just don't know when I'm going to see you again. So that's all. I'm just wondering when that's going to be taking place so we can keep going and doing what we got to do.
Well, you got to be patient, as they say.
Yeah, well, not my strongest virtue is what I can tell you for sure.
That's true. Not your strongest virtue. I gotta get some batteries. This one is using batteries.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
But I'm gonna use it because I need the ring. See, I'm like a dark mess.
You're like the Dark Knight Batman, is all I can tell you. What else you got going on for the weekend?
We're
waiting for our guest to log in. Jen G was supposed to, but apparently she got called away on a call. And we've got Pamela Snell David joining us from California. But in my effort to bring everyone together on their own passwords, you know, everyone's a little on their own delay schedule is all I can tell you.
Well, let's talk about Jeff's blowout deal for the cards that we talked about this morning. Let's talk about that. So Teddy, if you can bring it up, and they are having a huge blowout on what they call postcards, which I haven't even never used. I've never heard of that deal, but I guess it works effectively with people who want to get their name out there very quickly using a postcard deal, and they are cutting it. They're slashing prices on this stuff, and if people want cowbells, they do deliver. They do deliver.
We've got a lot of promotional pieces, and there's a flyer up there. You can contact Jeff and Andrea at 561-693-2117. Promo Stuff for You. And I love their branding on the games and the board games and the game boards and all of those things.
And I'm having lunch.
Really?
Yeah, see that?
Really. You just take me to a whole nother level of frustration minute by minute is all I can tell you. Moment by moment. Day by day anymore.
You said to me that this is lunch hour. Didn't you tell me that?
Yes. Yes, 100%. And there you have it.
And
what are you having for lunch?
Chili.
Very nice.
What is it? Oh, it's
I don't
black
know.
bean
What
soup.
is it?
My bad. Black bean soup.
Okay.
So anyway, I want to talk about these postcards. I can't do this. Anyway, you see them there. What's the phone number to call, Dawn?
I don't know. What is it, Freddie?
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. 561-693-2117. Promote Stuff for You. And you know what? He has the most unique stuff I have ever seen. Things that just make a difference because he's trying to be cutting edge so that your business gets a head start above everybody else.
Absolutely. And that's what Tracy's doing with Healing Moments as well. I stopped by her store yesterday and got filled up on my energy clearing mist, which I love this so much. She's got stone. She's got the 2.5 water. She may even be stopping over today to deliver some more water to the studio because you know what happens? While the cat's away, the mice shall play is all I can tell you. So we got lots of stuff going on. I'm heading back to the studio today. I'm going home. I am setting up my stuff, and we will be airing from there on Monday because been 2 weeks. We've been doing what we do, and I will be there on Monday. You can stay at home. I understand where you're coming from, but I got to get out. I got to spread my wings. We got to go and grow and do what we do. We've got a tremendous space where we are, and everyone can be in separate rooms, far more than 6 feet apart. And our crew is going to be staying home, and it gives us more opportunity to bring more people in on video by doing it this way as well. So more exciting things to do. I know we've got new shows coming out. We've got the football show coming out with the 2-minute warning with Benny Blades, and that's starting on the 23rd at 7:30 p.m. on WWNN, which is really exciting. A new show talking about sports. It is the night of the draft. The draft kicks off really late. I'm surprised it starts so late. It's 8 o'clock, but the draft is going to be done all on video. Are you enjoying that lunch?
I am. You want some?
Good. I would really hate for you to participate in the show when you can eat your lunch.
I'm listening to you talk.
Go right ahead. Pipe right up.
I was hungry, what can I tell you? It's been a long day. And today we had Fuego doing their thing today with Jesse Campbell, which we could not get Jesse on there. We had some problems with that. So I've been sitting here since 8 o'clock this morning.
I know.
So I figure I get a little bite to eat because I'm gonna tell you, I'm a little tired. A little tired.
You got a long day ahead of you, though.
What happened?
We got a long day ahead of us.
I know, you got Kenny Love at 3. What do we got tonight? We got Momentum Mindset, we got the Sex Doctors, and we have the Tell Us Your Biz at 7:30.
100%. And we're airing tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Oh, I forgot about that, Aaron.
Yeah.
It has to be done. I got to do that today.
Yeah.
A lot of things to do. The other thing I wanted to let you know that the other channel, the network channel, I have the ability now to putting in shows that tapes are, we can run tapes from previous shows on there as well. We can put different segments on there as well. There's all sorts of stuff that we could do with that. But first show out, Joy did her show yesterday, repositioning ourselves, got over 1,100 hits and is still growing. And she's never done it before. It was the first time she's ever done it at this level. And it came out pretty good.
Fantastic. Yeah, Joy's done a lot. Talk about transformation and changing her life, which is amazing. You know, there's no coincidence that there's butterflies, sorry, Teddy, on our new promotional piece, because while we're all in quarantine and we're all repositioning and pivoting, whatever you want to call it, transforming, it's time to come out, to emerge and do what you do best. Change your business, change it up, fly, spread your wings, and let us help you with Amp Media Productions. Take it to another level and do what needs to be done. Well, why don't we take a quick commercial break so you can enjoy your lunch. And when we come back, maybe we'll have a guest on the other side. Stay tuned. Okay. We'll be right back.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events they might have coming up.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams and oil drops, to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Did you enjoy your lunch?
I did. Thank you for interrupting my lunch. You wouldn't let me eat it. I had to swallow the plate.
Well, that's why we went to break, so you could eat your lunch, because figure may as well go to commercial and let you enjoy your time at home.
What happened to enjoying a bagel, a glass of wine? What happened to the opening? You don't let people eat. What's the matter with you?
What do you mean?
You wouldn't let me eat, so I had to put it away.
No, I let you eat. I told you to eat. We went to commercial break. Our 1 o'clock guest, which was Jen G, is I guess got called away on a call. Now you know why I double booked some other calls like we did on our 12 o'clock show. We do have a guest, I think, calling in at 1:30, and we'll see what happens with that.
Very good. Tell me a little bit more about this.
My weekend is going to be filled with self-care. This is the weekend to catch up on a million things. I'm not sure how I'm quite going to get them all done, but it's been 4 weeks since I've had my hair colored. It's been 4 weeks since I've had my nails done. It's been a week and a half since I changed my sheets. So I got a lot of stuff to do this weekend, and none of that, I got to tell you, is going to be quite fun or any which way amusing it in any way. But you got to do, girls got to do what a girl's got to do.
I think you do that any day, every day anyway.
No, not to this degree. This is a whole nother level, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, all this money banks are starting to contact people on their PPP, not the PPE, the PPP, to get the information in. But unless you get your information to your accountant first, when they ask you to upload it, you have nothing to upload. So, again, I got to get more information to the accountant. There's just a lot of things to do, and it's just a stressful time is all I can tell you. But I'm glad that you're enjoying your lunch while the rest of the world is stressed.
Well, I didn't tell them not to eat. You're not going to eat because you're stressed? You got to learn how to chill.
Nah, you can't do it all. Something's got to give.
That is the yin and the yang. You want to be stressed? Go ahead, be stressed. You want to get sick because you're stressed? I gotta eat. You know, I gotta eat. I like to eat. Always like to eat the manja. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna send a picture so that Teddy could post it. Your son yesterday was a riot, and I had the cover that I got from DJ Ortiz that I would like to use, so that he can promote people's products using this particular picture.
Yes, he added a little levity to the day, didn't he?
He did. So
I'm
going to send it to Teddy so she can post it.
I got to tell you, it's been a long week. By Friday afternoon, it has been a long week for sure. And for all of you out there, we know exactly how you're feeling, 100%. But you're feeling good?
I feel fine. I just had lunch. I feel good.
Fantastic.
Unlike you, cranky crackers, maybe you need something to eat. A glass of wine, maybe a shot of tequila, something to calm you down, because you forget about it.
Yeah. Now, what I need to do is I need to get back to work. I need to get back into the studio. They talked about yesterday, as Jay was talking about, what defines you, what makes you feel whole, what makes you feel like you and the message and who you are. And for me, 2 weeks of being here, I need to get back to where I gotta be. So I'm going to be heading over there after the show.
There's a big definition difference between getting back to work and feeling in your environment that you want to work in. It's two different things. I haven't worked more than I've worked in the last 2 weeks than I've worked now. I am constantly doing films and updates and Roku and this and that. It never stops. I don't stop till 8 o'clock tonight. So it isn't about going back to work. It's about working in an environment maybe that you feel more comfortable in. That I can see that. But everybody's going through that right now. My son calls me every day at 6 o'clock. He tells me about the traffic report. There were more, when I had to go to the radio station yesterday to drop off an Ethernet for Steve-O. And much to my chagrin, I waited for him there and he didn't bring the computer, so we couldn't test it. So anyway, I left the Ethernet there and I ran out of the station and I had my mask and my gloves on. And I took pictures of Jody, the way she's blocked the entrance to her office and nobody goes in there. Good for her. And I was driving home. Linda was driving. And I cannot believe the amount of cars on the road. I cannot believe we go over the highway of what I saw on the highway at 5 o'clock. Now, typically at 5 o'clock, you can't drive on I-95. So it was moving. But there was millions of cars out there. Again, with all due respect, I don't get it. I really don't get it. If you want this thing to get better, you're going to have to put in your 2 cents to make it better. That's all. It isn't that I don't feel comfortable. I feel comfortable producing wherever I have to be. But it's not about not working. The work is being done more than ever. I wish we can get our interns more involved because I have a feeling that they're in quarantine and they're feeling the stress. And stress will slow you down. I've said it a million times. Stress will stop you from performing, from growing, from going. That these bells and these lights were delivered here because Andrea, she said she needed to get out and she was willing to go all the way to Miami to drop these things off. Again, it's an interesting piece, not only of the merchandise, but how you're getting it. So if you want a cowbell, let us know. And then at 9 o'clock and at 12 o'clock, when you open up the show, you ring your bell. I would like 1 million of these to go all over the world so that we can all ring the bell at 9 o'clock, ring it at 12 o'clock, and just ring your bell, start your day, and make it better. That's what work is all about.
We all need more cowbell, huh?
You need more cowbell, yes, from the movie.
So what do you got going on for the weekend?
Well, it's Easter Sunday, so I know that Linda has something that she's going to be cooking up in the kitchen. I was thinking of maybe attacking the pool. You know, my pool is stage right. I haven't been in it in about 8 months. I was thinking maybe just jump in there and sort of do the goldfish. Maybe have a little beverage and just chill, because I'm gonna tell you, these last couple of weeks, I'm tired. I am really tired. I'm tired for a lot of reasons, worry, what's going on with my sister and what's going on with my family in Puerto Rico, my friends, with your family, your mom, your dad. Listen, I feel it all. My kids, I feel all of that stuff. And after a while, it gets to you. It gets to you, and you need to, what do you say that when you disconnect? Is that what it's called? You need a little bit of disconnect. Yeah. I like to bring the good fight on set. I like to do it on the air, and I am a firm believer that you got to keep up the good fight. You got to keep it up, and that I say keep it up. And I know that there's a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine have written in they've lost loved ones. I got a lot of messages from New York, and they look into the show, they get inspired to keep that fire burning. What is it? What is that? The ambers in a fireplace?
The embers? Yes.
And we're like the big fan, you know, the little fan that and then it turns into flame again. The Bella? That's what we are. And yeah, and sometimes, you know, sometimes you take a little something to drink, you take a little something to eat, you take a deep breath, and you start again. And don't get down because everything around you closes in on you. Don't feel the gloom, don't feel the pressure. You know what? Take a deep breath. Because everybody's going to get through this. Everybody's going to get through this. And some of us will be unscaled and some of us will. But the bottom line is we got to keep going. Got to keep pushing it. Got to carry those that can't walk. You put them on your back and you carry them the rest of the way. So I think that this weekend is a time of reflection for me. It's always the toughest part of the year. This and Christmas for me because of my parents and my brother that I lost. And it's reflection. It's talking about the history of how I used to spend Easter. You know, it was the first Easter I'm having with my father. And there's a lot of things going on in my head with that stuff as well. But, you know, I mean, long story short of it, it's good to be alive and take advantage of what we do. I love what we do. I love doing it. I love doing production. As wacky as it may seem, is it a perfect science? No. And I tell you, when I first met you, streaming is not a perfect science. It's not meant to be. That's why you have ABC, CBS, and NBC, and you're paying them $500,000 to get it perfect. And even they don't get it perfect. I can tell you firsthand, I've seen it. So we get as close as we can with what we got. Sometimes people coming into the show, it breaks up a little bit. We are doing everything remotely. It's the first time in my years of doing this that there are so many levels, so many pieces going in. But it's all good. Now you celebrate Passover for how many days? 10 days?
8.
So how many you got left?
6.
So how did it go last night?
Last night was good. We did FaceTime call, and it was, I think someone's having a hard time logging in. Pamela, I hope you can log in. I think she's logged in like 4 times. We see you, Pamela. We just got to bring you over. It was good. We brought in dinner, and we had dinner over FaceTime. We did a little mini Seder. And, you know, then you clean up and got to do the dishes. And as you say, you keep going. It's one of those.
Did you have the wine?
We had some wine. Yes, I had to open up a better bottle of wine. Actually, I can go to the studio and get some more wine because we got a lot of that in the studio.
4 cups of wine?
4 cups of wine. 4 cups of wine and one.
Are you doing prayers before and during and after the wines?
Yes. 100%.
So the wines
Actually, I
are
had
significant.
for Elijah, and I forgot to I gotta check and see if he drank it all. It's like opening the door for the tooth fairy. You know, the tooth fairy comes in. We have Elijah, the prophet, who comes in and drinks his wine. But I left the wine all night, like you do for Santa and the cookies, and I forgot to check to see if he drank his wine last night. So it's still sitting on the table.
I would like to have that job. I will go to everybody's house and be Elijah and make sure every glass gets clean.
There you go. We actually have one of our guests logged in. We've got Pamela Chanel David logged in. Let's see if she can join us. I know she's not on the computer, but you mentioned today that we can try it on her phone. So we're going to see how her connection is. You know what? I just realized I never plugged my Ethernet in today. So I've been doing this all on Wi-Fi today. It's pretty good.
No, it's not. You are delayed about 3.5 seconds.
We should have said something about 6 hours ago.
I told, you know, nobody listens to me. Nobody. I ask you and Teddy every night before you go to bed to turn off your machine, make sure everything's set so that it reboots in the morning. Nobody listens. You don't listen. She don't listen. This one sitting over here, she don't listen. Nobody listens. Nobody.
Because you know what we hear? That.
Now, it's funny. I have to wait 3 seconds before you answer me. I'm counting to see you answer me back.
You didn't ask me a question.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
3 seconds.
No way.
Put the
You're so full of
Ethernet.
baloney. You are so full of baloney. There's not even a delay on this end, is all I can tell you.
There is a delay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
3 seconds.
You're full of baloney. Let's go to commercial break. When we come in, we're going to bring Pamela over. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Plug the Ethernet in.
Sometimes you need to shake things up a bit, to be a little adventurous, to make your meals pop. Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters has that special ingredient. That little bit of adventure in a bottle to take your dinner to the next level. So take a leap and try one of Don Pablo's fresh roasted specialty coffee meat rubs on your beef, chicken, or pork. You'll never go back to boring again. Go ahead, rub it on your meat.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. And if you want a cowbell, let us know. My friend Jeff and Andrea will deliver cowbells. Let us know. We have cowbells to distribute as well. And we want the whole world to ring a bell when you come back from commercial.
Ring your bell. Well, happy Friday. It's our 1:30 end of our week. Well, not really, because we've got 3 shows, I think, airing tomorrow on Saturday night on WWNN. So more to go with that. I know people are logging in. I don't know if they're really in or not. I've been getting messages during commercial break. I see Jen's logged in. I see Chanel's logged in, but I don't know if if their camera's accessing it. So I think Wi-Fi's, being a little overused right now on a Friday afternoon. It's the holiday. Everyone's getting ready. I don't know, to go home from their work day, which sounds really funny because everyone's working from home. and see if anyone's over there. Teddy, let's bring them over and we'll see, because they're all texting me saying, oh, and there she is. There's Chanel. We got one in.
How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, it's nice to meet you in person. She is all the way in California, Freddie.
How is the ground in California?
It's great. It's we have actually a beautiful sunny day. We had some days of rain earlier this week, so we're back to kind of that California sunshine.
And nothing's burning?
Thank goodness. Not I'm in Sacramento. I'm in the state capital area, so.
Very nice.
Yeah. She has a book and a show. Tell us about your book and your show, because Freddie doesn't really know a whole lot. I haven't seen Freddie in 2 weeks, so he doesn't know a whole lot about what we've been talking about.
The book is called The Reinvented Life, and it started, Freddie, with a health and wellness journey. For me, I was in a real health crisis, and that's what the beginning started as with The Reinvented Life. Today, I've put health and wellness as sort of the forefront, I would say, in my life. And now, by adopting what I've eaten, how I've eaten, drank herbal beverages, and infused fitness into my life, I'm at a place where I've lost the equivalent of an entire human being. I've lost 167 pounds.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yay! So today,
exactly.
I weigh, actually less than I've lost, which is really a huge accomplishment for me. But in addition to that, it's really what I've gained in the process that's really shifted everything for me. The thought patterns, how we come to realize that we're really so limited only by our own beliefs. So those limiting beliefs, when you are able to lift them off, really make everything possible. And I have created entire brand around it. The Reinvented Life is all about embracing change, is all about how do we take those thoughts, move them into another direction, follow the principles, and really manifest a life that's so much more than just the health and wellness journey. It's affected every aspect of my life, and now that's where my passion is, helping people to really embrace this sustainable change.
And it's amazing. I listened to your webinar the other night and I thought, wow, this is spectacular. Your story is amazing and you're so motivational. And she has her own show right now, your own podcast, correct?
Correct, yes.
And we're looking to bring her into our embrace of our new network, of our Amp Media Productions, to bring her show in on our video platforms as well.
I think you couldn't have picked a better time to do this.
Oh, and there she went out. And she's running on Wi-Fi. There
she's back.
Yep, there she is. You know, we're running on Wi-Fi here, so we're doing a little bit interesting things. So tell us the concept behind your shows and what you're looking to bring forward.
What I want to bring forward is really letting everyone know, and as I said, who would have anticipated literally at a snap of a finger, right, that the entire world is reinventing. And it's no longer a choice to do it. Entire global community is reinventing. And my show is to let people know that everyone can shift parts of their life to bring more joy, be more mindful about their life, feel more fulfilled in their life, and bring value to themselves and others. So my show is all about that. And the foundation of the work, which I want to really let people see, is that personal justice really leads to social justice. So the more just we are to ourselves, the better we take care of ourselves, the better we can actually link arms in our communities and really embrace social justice in a much stronger way. So that is what I want to do. I want people, sometimes I just say I'm a locksmith, for lack of any other term, is I want to help them unlock their true potential and make a difference in their lives and in others. So.
And I love your reference to the hummingbird. Freddie, remember we used to talk, you were referred to as the hummingbird. We've had some people on and they tell us who, actually, I was thinking you were the snake. I was the hummingbird, right? When Z came on and she told us who our spirit animal was. So she tells Freddie that he's a snake in his spirit animal. And I was a hummingbird. And we go, yes, because I flutter at 1,000,000 miles a minute, right? So it was really funny that you have a whole segment of what you do because of the hummingbird. And that's the picture on your book.
Exactly. So the hummingbird, Freddie, is analogous to, what I think is life itself, right? The hummingbird can fly forward, and we can clearly see when we're moving our life forward. That may be a very clear indication of where we're going and what we want to do. But then there's times the hummingbird can also fly sideways, kind of like you're talking about, just flutter around, sort of stay in one place. We're not really moving forward, but we're just kind of staying in the same place. The real key to the hummingbird is it's the only known bird that can also fly backwards. And so the key to this is when one is still in flight, when one is flying backward, they're still staying in motion. And that's the key to the hummingbird. My entire company, the Hummingbird Company, is based around it. Dawn, I'm so happy that you asked about it because it's making your life and making your business hum. And that's what it's all about. Even when you're backwards, even when you're sideways, even when you're forward, no matter which way you're going, you are still in motion. And that's the key, is stay in motion.
That's why I stopped talking to the lady that called me the snake, and I never forgave her. And then she came in, remember, she said, "Oh, Freddie, you're also," I said, no, that's it. You call me a snake I shall stay.
But now you know, it's a fluttering. I fly sideways, I fly forward, I fly backwards, I go in circles. But Chanel comes to us
inside out.
Is a friend of Jen G's, and I think Jen is on the video as well. And we can bring Jen over. I haven't met Chanel, but I see them interact on social media all the time. There she is. Hey, Jen.
How are you, Jen?
Maybe she's frozen.
Jen, you're frozen. She's frozen. She has to reboot.
Tell us when your show airs. Is it still airing on Mondays?
Yes, it's still airing on Mondays, and I have several more of those that I'm doing, and just so looking forward to working with you guys.
So, Freddie, we're looking at doing Mondays at 2:30 our time, since she's in California, for either a half hour, an hour. Watch her interview, watch her inspire. I want to ask you, though, you talked in the webinar about how you gave to everybody else until you finally decided to give to you. Can you just fill us in a little bit on your transformation?
Yeah, so thank you so much. So, Freddie, I come from a huge corporate background. I was an executive with Macy's for years and years and years, raising 3 very active children, giving back to my community in every way you can think of. And I had really a very serious health diagnosis in front of me. And it really, what I came to learn, stemmed from just what you're talking about, Dawn, which is paying attention to everything around me. Because that's what I thought the humble way to be is. That's what, if everyone else is taken care of, I gave myself backseat. And what I had to realize is in this quest of being very selfish, I was actually very selfish, because I didn't realize if I wasn't the strongest, if I wasn't the most fit, if I wasn't the most healthy version of myself, mind, body, and spirit, then I wasn't able to actually give to the level of what I was capable of. So that for me was huge learning. And that began the transformation of knowing that we got to put our own seatbelt on. We got to get strong ourselves first before we can give as much to others. And everyone in my life came first before myself. I had lost myself in years and years and decades, if you will, of thinking I was being so responsible and so caring and so loving, which I was. Today I have 3 magnificent adult children. But at the same time, when, as I just mentioned, you're not being in the most perfect, you're not most just.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
That wasn't me.
No.
What am I doing? I just realized that the light has 3 sets. I made it brighter.
Okay, just checking. Sorry, Chanel. We heard this click, click, click.
What is wrong with you? Take it easy.
Yes. So when you are most just to yourself, you are able to really give to the world and give back to the world the most you have to offer. And that was really when my transformation truly began. Is I had to put some immediate things into my physical transformation, because my health was in such a crisis when I was morbidly obese, high blood sugars, hypertension. I mean, everything was at a very, very scary level. But when I realized and shifted my thoughts and realized I had a limiting belief, just as an example, that I wasn't athletic. I never had exercised a day in my life. So it wasn't just physically hard to get over. In fact, that was less than the shifts in my thoughts of, yes, I can be athletic, and why not? And just because it's something I never did doesn't mean that I can't be most mindful to myself. So
that's what we talk about all the time, is reinventing yourself and putting you first, right? And even if it's later in life, we're stepping into our power a little bit later, but because we've given to so many for so long, it's okay to take that time to do you.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting about that is it's what you just said. It's okay. It's almost like an unwritten permission that we have trained ourselves over and over and over needing to do. And the truth is, we shouldn't have to give ourselves permission to take care of ourselves and be the best version of yourself. I oftentimes talk about reinventing in terms of finding your authentic self, you know, not necessarily just who you want to be, but truly how authentic are you in your own life? And then how relevant are you in your goals of getting towards that authentic self?
And that's the hard part. And that's what we've been saying all these past weeks. When everybody's home and finding their space. And the only way you can truly keep going is to hold on to your authentic self of who you are, who you were, who you've become, and continue to keep that mindset. Otherwise, you're going to lose yourself back in the chaos of what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And the point of it all, and the reinvented life, has actually got 2 meanings. The second meaning is that the core root of reinvention is the word invent. And so when you're reinventing, you're at a place of being in creation. And that's really, invent is to create. So what I'm loving right now is things coming out into the world that may not have. Certain groups getting together because they've known that the video technology is there, but they haven't put it in place, as an example. So, or people are following their.
And we lost.
Oh, there she is.
Back.
So, and she's doing this from her phone because her computer's in the shop.
That's okay, but the phone does work.
Yeah, the phone works, but I actually am probably just going to get another laptop this weekend, because this is a lot.
Because this is so much of what you do about inspiring people.
We were talking about a lot of people. Oh, I see her. I see your lifeline on your hand. It's good. A lot of people we talked about have always had the ability, like video and things of that nature, and never took advantage of the fact to up their business, not just to say hello, mom and dad, or watch me walk the dog and pick up the poop and put that on Facebook. There's a business elegance to this. there's a bar that you have to raise so that people will take what you are offering seriously. You and I, we have a similar story. When I went through a whole phase in my life 3 or 4 years ago, which was really scary. I've dropped 68 to 70 pounds as well. And I had to do it because I was going into the abyss. And it's funny because when I met Dawn, she had said to me, because she's a health coach and, you know, she's always in the gym and she eats right and Freddie eats wrong. And I was on the seafood diet. You see food, you eat it, and the ketchup and the whole 9 yards. And I didn't care. I love food. I love having a good time. I love drinking, cigars, all of that I got rid of. I changed it. I've become vegan now because my life took a standstill and I was given a choice. You want to live or you just want to go home? And I picked to live, and I've changed my life. So I get your message. But it's interesting now how technology allows us. I mean, here you are all the way on the other side of the country to deliver your message to people right now. I want to hear from you because what you went through is a lot of people are going through this. Stress and depression, increased weight. The only human being on the face of the planet that has lost weight during this whole ordeal is Dawn.
But that's a whole nother level up. There are people, you know, you talk about stress and environmental things. There are people that eat because of stress, and there are people that physically can't eat when they're stressed. And I am one of those. You eat, I can't. It's just how we all deal with stress, and it's not, neither one is right or wrong. We just have to learn to physically deal with things better.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually am really proud of what you're talking about, Freddie, because one of the reinventions, and I'm continuing on the journey myself, but one of the things I put into my own reinvention is enlarging my circles, enlarging the people that I'm able to reach. Because I know this message that I have about reinvention, whether it be health, wellness, relationships, careers, whatever someone may be up to in life, it's a very universal thought. And so my goal in all of this is to increase my sphere so that I can be even more and more in purpose and expressing my passion to the world. So what I've done is I've really actually put that into place, put that into action. I'm so excited that in a couple of weeks, I'm one of only 28 women in this enormous global virtual summit that's going to be taking place. And it's all about thriving, not just surviving, but thriving. And so I'm just so grateful to, you know, be a part of that and keep delivering my message to bigger and bigger circles so that they can be stands for that same message.
Tell me what your message is. Tell me briefly, what's the message? What are you putting out to people?
Number one is that, again, along the veins of making your life hum, the main message is to how to embrace change sustainably. In other words, we can all make a to-do list. We can all decide, oh, we're going to do this, that, and it'll last a little while. But true sustainable change goes through 5 principles. And those principles are that our actions, our thoughts, they become habits. Habits become routines. Routines become lifestyles. And then it goes into embedded in who we are. And so whatever we look at in our life, whatever we're a stand for, we've gone through those 5 steps, never maybe thinking about them, but over time we've become a certain person, thought in a certain way, had certain beliefs, which could very well be limiting. And so the work, Dawn, really is about when you want to make shifts of any sustainable nature, the first thing that is up is realizing it's like going against gravity. The other way to think about it is once things are embedded into who you are, it almost feels like you're going against yourself. And so the work is, how do you put in new thoughts, new, more relevant thoughts new actions that will help make sustainable change. And that's the fun part of it. And I do it in a very fun way, very whimsical way. My book has fun chapters like the rubber band and switching gears. And they're all very relatable to real life actions. Changing the lens and taking off maybe a rose colored glasses and put it into something that's going to fit you better. So I do it in a very lighthearted way, but it's serious because of the change that people are able to make by it.
I love this.
Do you
It
feel?
is so.
Do you feel that you are more, what's the word? You're more rounded now. You look at life a little bit more different. You're on a different frequency than others around you because you've changed. It's the old caterpillar to the butterfly deal. You aren't the same person. You can actually feel your energy coming right to the computer. I can feel it. I can sense it. I can see how you feel about yourself. All of a sudden, the world is a better place. A lot of people sometimes in your surroundings, they see the old you and now they see the new you, and they'll say, and I've never met you before, and they'll say, holy smokes, where the hell did this woman come from? And it's always been you.
Yes. And what's interesting, Freddie, is I talk about that in the book. That is the piece that most people don't anticipate coming. And so I actually talk about it. Everything I talk about in the book is very lighthearted. I want it to be, I took it to a short read, actually, from a very long, comprehensive methodology that I developed because I wanted it to be fun. I didn't want people to get bored. And what you're describing, I describe in the book as buyer beware. And most people don't anticipate that. You're working so hard to make changes that you think will be better. Up your frequency and be at a different vibrational level as you're talking about. But then suddenly you're met with people that have known you your whole life and they're turning their eyes and they're kind of questioning and in some cases actually back away a little bit. Because what happens, it's human nature to not like the change. Even if something's more favorable, most people stay with the familiar than the more favorable, right? So if something is better, it isn't necessarily viewed as that. And so I put it in the book as buyer beware. You might be developing, the people you love will catch up. They'll eventually get there.
I love the buyer beware because we talk about it all the time. You may change, but the people around you may not like that change. So I love that message. How do people find your book?
It's on thereinventedlife.com, right in the front of the website, thereinventedlife.com. And then I think officially today, if not, we have the talented, the uber successful Jen G, and also be able to find it right dead center on reinvent.mobiepop.info. And that I'm very excited. We're talking about changes in the world, and changes in the world is certainly to mobile. So who would have thought that everything that anyone needs to do could be run on their business, run on their phone. And so they would just text to 55312 the word reinvent, and they'll get the entire mobile platform and be able to get the book and just get a little more background about what's going on with this whole reinvented movement.
Excellent.
A pleasure.
I love it.
Right? But I think she needs an hour show, Fred.
She's gonna have to. I mean, we need to talk about the logistics here, but she can do an hour on her head. What I like about this whole thing is the field, the message, the timing of what you want to do is perfect. I mean, it's necessary right now and needed, so it's kind of good.
So, and there's the book, Pamela.
Book.
There it is. The Reinvented Life. You can order it in hardcover, and I also downloaded it immediately on my Kindle on my phone. So I downloaded it over the weekend, so you can find it there as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend. More to come.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry
That
Jen
was
G
cool.
couldn't get logged in, but hopefully next week we'll get you in.
I told her to reboot. She has to reboot. There's a couple of, the volume of people using computers right now is 3 times the norm. 3 times the norm. So the Wi-Fi, I'm shocked that the Wi-Fi on her phone actually worked, but it was about 80%, right? 80, 90%.
90% for sure. So looking forward to bringing her show forward. And again, thank you to Jen G. And, you know, all the networking that we do and that you have all done in your businesses up until this point, use those networking contacts. Leverage those people that you know and that are in conjunction and synergy with what you believe in and what they believe in. You know what? If we all build each other, we are going to get through this. As Jay and Janine say, Momentum Mindset, stronger together. Have a great weekend, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time. Tune in at 3 o'clock on the Florida Love Show today, and more to come tonight. Freddie, have a great weekend. Happy Easter. Happy Holy Friday. I like it better than Good Friday. And we'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
We'll see you Monday. Don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.